So frequently over the last several months, it's like, I just kind of keep my eye out on the news during the day. I read a lot of different news sources across the spectrum, and I just kind of keep my eye out for stories that catch my eye or things that I want to talk about further, and put together little outlines for myself and stuff like that, for when I record videos later on. But it's becoming a much more usual occurrence that the events of the day render all of those plans irrelevant, and just, and man, yesterday was that kind of a day. We saw what happened with Senator Padilla at the news conference for Christy Noem. Then we got to see a Brevard County Sheriff in Florida say proactively that if you do anything, I'm paraphrasing, during this weekend's protests, that he or his deputies, I guess, deemed to be even remotely physically threatening to him or his deputies, that they will kill you. And a lot of us, we're in an uproar over that. And then, but that's kind of been law enforcement in the South and elsewhere for 400 years for Black Americans and Brown Americans, LGBTQ community. And, and then last night, Israel went to war against Iran with preemptive self-defense, which is not a thing. That's just attacking. And I read this morning that their campaign is going to last for at least 14 days. So it's not like they just said, okay, we're taking out all of these things, boom, done. It's going to be ongoing for 14 days. If I had $1 for every time I heard some inbred, mouth-breathing, fart-huffing MAGA chud over the last couple of years say we had no new wars under Trump, no new wars, and Trump during the campaign was like, October 7th never would have happened in Israel if I'd been president. Well, last night, Israel just launched a fucking preemptive missile campaign against Iran, and Trump has given up on trying to resolve the Russia-Ukraine conflict. They've been going at each other harder than ever. Trump said he was going to solve that in 24 hours. He said he was going to bring down everybody's prices, fix the prices of eggs and gasoline, fix inflation on day one. We're on day like 150. He's losing trade wars globally. And now the military is in the streets of an American city. And, one of the things that I pride myself on is, talking about very serious things and yet still being able to find humor. And still be able to make jokes in the stuff that I record. That's becoming very, 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 very much more and more difficult. I recorded like a 25-minute thing last night. It's going to go up on our other video page. That the whole thing is intended to be funny. I don't even know if it's funny at all. My brother's working on that today to finalize it, and I'm like, just watch it and tell me if it's even funny. We may scrap the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's easy to just like point and be mad at Donald Trump, at his supporters, at his cabinet, at congressional Republicans. And I'm working on something else right now. It's like I've just been trying to kind of go through like issue by issue by issue and try to figure out what these authoritarian, theocratic, male-dominated patriarchy, white Christian nationalists I've been trying to figure out, like, what is it specifically that they want? And assume that they got everything that they want. What would this country look like? And what do they expect? Like, legitimately, what do they expect the reaction or the response of the rest of us who are in the majority? What do they think the reaction or the response from us is going to be if they actually get everything that they want? And it's a level of delusion that I think fits hand in glove with being an evangelical Republican Christian in 2025. It fits hand in glove with being a Trump supporter in June of 2025 and believing that Donald Trump was chosen by God with all the things that he has done in his life. Like, really actually firmly believing that Donald Trump was chosen by God to be the president of the United States. It's just like, there are millions and millions and millions of Americans who legitimately believe that. They legitimately believe that he was chosen by God to lead this country, and they are desperate for him to become a full-throated authoritarian theocrat and impose his will on all of us, and to impose the 2025 Republican version of Christianity on all of us in every aspect of our lives. And it's like, I mean, I say all the time, I'm like, there's never going to be an aha moment for these people. There just isn't. There's never going to be a moment where they're like, they read something, they're like, oh shit, I guess I was wrong. I guess I was wrong about all of this. That moment's never coming for any of these people. It just isn't. But it's like, do they assume that they get everything that they want? And Donald Trump is an authoritarian dictator, theocrat. They're imposing all of these, 2025 Republican versions of Christianity in all aspects of our lives. Do they really think that the rest of us normies are just going to be like, oh, wow, man, I guess these guys were right. This is amazing. I love this. I wish I could have understood this sooner, how amazing it would be to live under Donald Trump as a theocratic dictator. This is the best thing ever. Do they think, or do they just not care, and they think they're going to put 200 million of us in camps or something? And then it's like, and I always just circle back around to how incredibly stupid and gullible they are. Because, man, they really, really are. They're the dumbest, most gullible, easily manipulated people I've ever encountered in my entire life. And I grew up in rural Ohio. I mean, who knows, man? And it's all, every bit of this is because rich people don't want to pay their taxes, and Stephen Miller couldn't get laid in high school, and Donald Trump hates black and brown people. That's why we're dealing with all of this right now. It's fucking amazing.